Ready? Yeah? Okay.
We're doing Mexamerica, so that is California, Arizona, New Mexico, and parts of Texas. The Rio Grande is the largest river that's going through our region, and the Rockies are kind of a separation that sets it apart from the empty quarter and the rest of the other nations.
As you can see on the top left, this is kind of who had control over the United States in the 1700s. And for our region, Spain did. So you have a lot of Spanish-speaking people, and then you have the ease of access from Mexico to the southwest region of the United States, making there a large Hispanic population. Catholic is also the predominant religion of the area, which means higher birth rates than many other places in the country. And there's also a large amount of people here that claim Native American heritage. Alright, this is a topographic map and then a precipitation map. As you can see, majority of the area is very, very dry. And then you can see the San Joaquin Valley on here, in between the Cascade and coastal mountain ranges. That gets the orographic precipitation. Alright, and here's the San Joaquin Valley. It's where a lot of our produce comes from in the United States. It's very fertile in the rain combined with the climate there makes it very good for growing crops.
Alright, so this is a little bit about the flora of this region. You have sclerophyllous woodland in like California and such, and warm shrub desert. Warm shrub desert, it's kind of like desert, as you would say, you know, small cactuses and stuff like that. And sclerophyllous woods are like hardier plants that can survive in dry climates.
These are the animals of the region. Like you said, it's desert-like, so it's the animals, small animals, limited resources, so smaller plants. The animals that can survive off that, it's not going to be larger animals. It's going to be the hot days and cool nights that the animals will be seen in. And these are the houses, kind of what used to be and what is now. The limited resources they used to have to make the mud and adobe houses. They've kind of taken that same idea and turned it into what they use today. Obviously a little bit nicer, not so much mud.
All right, this is like an aridity map of the United States, and as you see, this area is pretty prone to droughts and drier stuff, and it leads to a lot lower population density. You can see in the southern parts of Arizona here that that's basically where people crowd because of, we'll talk about that later, but southern Arizona actually has climate based on, or landscaping based on like low amounts of water usage. California has a lot of oil that's becoming a big thing, so much so jobs are a huge deal. Tourism in California too is a big thing. Disneyland, the beaches, just talking about what you can do in California.
Alright, and in south central Colorado, the original industries were mining, forestry, and ranching. Now tourism is becoming bigger because it's an area that has escaped urbanization. People go there to raft, whitewater raft, bass fishing, trout fishing, hiking. And then this is a map of the Gadsden Purchase. The United States purchased it in order to build the railroad. As you can see, the bottom picture is from the Phoenix airport. North of Phoenix is pretty mountainous, which is not conducive to building a railroad, so we bought the Gadsden Purchase to build the railroad.
And then here you have the New Mexican flag, where you can find the New Mexico is where you can find the San Juan Basin, which is known for its oil and natural gases, which is and it's now the #2 place in the United States to find your oil and natural gases.
All right, so this is Texas. It's called Trans-Pecos, Texas, which is west of the Pecos River. I isolated this because it kind of is just an arid area. That most of that is the Chihuahuan Desert. The Chihuahuan Desert is actually the second largest desert in the U.S., and most of it still lies in Mexico. So it's just a huge desert, really dry. There's a lot of national parks and stuff in this region. Mexico, I thought I'd throw it in there. Not that we're going to talk about it a bunch, but it's made of 32 states. A lot of drug cartels in this region all have wanting access to a border or the ocean so they can get us drugs. The Gulf of California is where the Colorado River empties through here.
And these are called maquiladoras, and it's a Hispanic term for manufacturing operations. And those are along the borders where you see workers. You can get cheap labor, and then it's cheaper for them to import it to us, so we can have cheaper products.
So this is the tectonic plate activity in this area, and this is what I'm going to talk about, the Baja Peninsula. The San Andreas Fault, you might have all heard of that before. It runs through California, and that fault continues into the Gulf of California, and actually Mexico, the Baja California was connected to Mexico, but it's been pulling away, and that's what created this peninsula here.
And this is kind of some of the food that you'll see in Mexamerica. It's kind of Mexican inspired. The rice, even Moe's, it's kind of something we have over here. So the food that you see over there is kind of gone through other parts of the country.
All right, and then sports teams. The Diamondbacks were named after a snake that's common to the region. Phoenix Suns for the very hot sun that is always there. San Diego Padres, that's part of the Catholic influence, the Catholic monks. And then Colorado Rapids, of course, for the whitewater rapids that are found all over Colorado.
Kind of what's trending in this area. Obamacare is a big deal because there's a lot of Mexicans, a lot of people who don't have care, so like it's a big deal in this region. Top conservatives on Twitter was something that was trending. Arizona and Texas are conservative states. I think that's probably where I found those. So they message in Arizona has gay marriage laws against gay marriage, but there's some counties in Arizona that are gay rights now, and it's just like controversy. So, yeah.